Hey there, it's Amelia. In this video, I'll review inserting, deleting, renaming, and navigating sheets in Microsoft Excel. Let's get started. So first I want to review 3 different ways to insert a new sheet. I'm going to show you 3 different methods from slowest to fastest, and I always like to find new and easy, fast ways to do things in the software programs. So like I said, the third one is going to be the fastest. So method number 1 is inserting a sheet using the ribbon. With this method, sheets are inserted in front of the active sheet. Now, this particular workbook has a variety of sheets, and the current sheet that's selected is this one called Dashboard. So if I stay on this particular sheet, then with this method, the new sheet is going to be inserted in front of this sheet. From the Cells group in the Home tab, I'm going to click Insert, Insert Sheet. As you can see, a new sheet is inserted in front of the active sheet. The next method is inserting a sheet using the right-click method. This is a little faster. With this method, when you right-click, you want to right-click on the sheet that you want to insert a sheet in front of. So in other words, right-click on this sheet, click Insert, and you're going to get a whole lot of options here, but just make sure whatever version Microsoft Excel you're using that you have Sheet or Worksheet selected, and it is selected by default here, and I'll click OK, and as you can see, it inserted a sheet in front of the previous sheet. Now the third way to insert a sheet is the fastest method, and in newer version of Microsoft Excel, I'm in 2016 and 2013, have a new method here with this little plus sign in the circle. So if you click on this little plus sign here, it's going to insert a new sheet. Now it depends where I was positioned, and it will insert it right after the sheet that I was on. Now in earlier versions of Excel, like Excel 2007 and Excel 2010, you have a similar button here, but I have a little picture here to show you what it is. In the earlier version, instead of a plus sign, they have a little picture of a sheet here with what looks like a little star or sunburst, and when you click on there, it will insert the new sheet. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is 2 ways to delete a sheet. So the first way to delete a sheet using the ribbon is using the, again in the Home tab, in the Cells group, click Delete, Delete Sheet. And as you can see, that particular sheet I was on, sheet 3, has disappeared. And the second way to delete a sheet would just be to right-click on the sheet and select Delete. Okay, and next what I'd like to show you is 3 ways to rename a sheet. So by default, as you can see, new sheet tabs are named Sheet 1, Sheet 2, Sheet 3, etc. But it's really easy to rename a sheet. You have up to 31 characters, and just want to make sure you don't include special characters like slashes, question mark, asterisk, and square brackets. So you have specific characters that you can't include in the name. So 3 ways to rename a sheet from slowest to fastest. First, again, in Home tab in the Cells group, you're going to click Format and come down to Rename Sheet. That'll place your cursor in the current sheet name, and then you can just type your new sheet name. And just click off of the Sheet tab to return to your worksheet. The second method is using the right-click menu. That's a little faster. Using this method, you just right-click on the Sheet tab and then select Rename and just type your new name. You could also press the Enter key as well to get back to your worksheet. Now the third and last way to rename a sheet is the ultimate fastest way, is just to merely double-click on the sheet name, and then you can just type your new name. Now I also want to mention about how to navigate and move the different sheets around. So to move to a new sheet, you can just click on the Sheet tab like this. You can also use the arrows on the left. Now they've changed a little bit in newer versions of Microsoft Excel. Like 2016 and 13, they look like this. But in earlier versions of Excel, they have an arrow with a line, left arrow, right arrow, and then another little right arrow with a line. And the difference here is this is just to coast through to go to either the next tab or the previous tab. Now what they've added in newer versions of Microsoft Excel is this little, it looks like an ellipsis, but it's not really an ellipsis that you're used to that would display a dialog box. I don't know why they decided to use 3 dots here, but if you click on the little 3 dots, it goes to the first tab. If you click on the 3 dots on the right, it goes to the last tab. Now, I also want to mention that if you want to shuffle your tabs, it's just a matter of pressing and dragging. So if I press and drag, wherever you see that little, this little black arrow, if I drop it, that's where it's going to land. And I'll do one more. I'll just move this to the end. And finally, wanted to mention that these particular tabs have a nice look to them. They're shaded in a different color. So I wanted to mention to you how to change the color of your sheet tabs. It's easy enough. All you have to do is right-click and select Tab Color. And you get your usual list of colors here, which you can choose from. And let's just say I want to change that to a burgundy. And if I click off of it, you'll see how it'll look. You can also get to that from the Cells group in the Home tab. You can click Format and then select Tab Color. And let me just select a different color here, purple, and there's my new color. So that's it for today's video. I hope you found this video helpful. If you like this video, please click like. If you like my channel, please click subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.